Highgate Village in summer is always lovely. Even if the weather isn't great, it just feels so welcoming, friendly and relaxing, like Ambridge, but without all the drama. Highgate Village with a trip to see a musical upstairs at the Gatehouse takes the experience to a new level. And when the musical in question is Forever Plaid, well, you've pretty much reached Nirvana. It is 2021, and in a performing space in North London, four immaculately turned out young men appear. They are Frankie, played by Cameron Burt, Sparky, Alexander Zane, Jinx, George Crawford, and Smudge, Christopher Short. As they adjust to their surroundings and take in the strange mask-wearing audience, they explain who they are and where they've dropped out from. They were a close harmony guy group who, back in 1964, won their way to their first big gig when they were involved in a car accident and all died. They've lingered in limbo until the power of harmony and the expanding holes in the ozone layer, in conjunction with the position of the planets and all the other astrotechnical stuff, allowed them to return to Earth, perform their final concert, and hopefully win a place in heaven. This then is what they do, and so this 21st century audience is treated to a string of hits, culminating in the Plaid's own special but never performed song. So let's talk about this show and what I thought of it. First, there is the story. Often on shows like this, the story is a paper-thin construct on which to hang a load of songs. While Forever Plaid is no Shakespearean epic, Stuart Ross has written an intriguing tale that provides four well-developed characters with a believable, sort of, reason to be together and doing what they are doing. There's a lot of humour in the show, and some genuine laugh-out-loud moments, the Ed Sullivan Show and Matilda being particular highlights. And there is the music. When we think of the 50s and 60s, there are certain musical genres that spring to mind, and often the close harmony stuff gets overlooked. But there's some real classics out there, and this production fits in over 30 of them in around 80 minutes. My personal favourite was the wonderful mashup of 16 Tons and Chain Gang, two songs about work that, well, work well together. And that brings me on to the performance itself. Under director John Plews, Forever Plaid is a fantastically staged show. Musical director Ian Oakley on piano, along with bassist Jess Martin, provide the music which never overwhelms the lyrics of these fine old classics. As I was reading the programme on the way home, I was reminded that I'd just seen four very talented actors. This may sound like a strange thing to say, but they performed so well as the Plaids that my mind had fully accepted I was watching a singing group who'd been together for years and knew each other intimately, and not four possible strangers who'd met in a rehearsal room a few weeks before. I've no idea what the guys are like in real life, but when I saw them, they were the epitome of an American clean-cut youth at its finest. All four were superb, but I am going to give a special mention to Christopher Short. Short's character, Smudge, is the klutz of the group, often in the wrong place, making the wrong movement, or wearing the clothes slightly wrong. This is a character that could easily be a distraction for the audience, but Christopher neatly keeps Smudge's antics in check, so that you know he's done something, even if you aren't sitting looking at him. Whilst I was writing this review, I was listening to the original off-Broadway cast recording, and to my mind, the performance I saw was streets ahead of the album version. And that sort of sums everything up. Forever Plaid is just a perfect show. It's a nice story, great songs, and four very personable and talented actors, and they leave you hoping the Plaids fulfilled their potential and are now performing to a much wider audience just the other side of the pearly gates. I gave this show 5 stars out of 5 for London Theatre 1, and there's a link below. Thanks.